Hey guys! So seafood is a great thing to serve in the summer months when you're entertaining. It looks so elegant, it's delicious, and always creates a festive occasion. And one of my favorite things to eat in the summertime are a classic French Moules Frites, otherwise known as mussels and French fries. It was something that I only thought I could order in restaurants. I never had in fact tried to make them at home until I was with my sister-in-law last year in France and she made them for us and I couldn't believe how easy it is. So today I am going to share with you Vivienne's recipe known as Moules à la Vivienne. So one tip to know about mussels. When you buy them, they are a live creature and they do need to breathe. So it really is better to actually buy them the day you're going to serve them. But if you can't and you need to do the shopping a day ahead, here's what I would recommend. If you buy them and the store puts them in a plastic bag for you to take home, that's okay, but don't leave them in that plastic bag because they actually will suffocate and die on you. The better thing to do is remove them from the plastic bag, put them in a bowl, and then cover them with a damp towel. That way they will keep fresh and they will also breathe and they won't die on you. And you'll just pop that whole thing in the fridge. Now, if you're entertaining and you're serving this menu for a party, here is the best way to plan it out so that you're not running around at the last minute like a crazy person. About an hour and a half before your guests arrive, you're going to clean your mussels. So if you bought them the day before, take them out of the fridge, soak them in a big bowl of water, and then you want to clean off and remove the beards. The beards of the mussel are those little fibery looking things. They almost look like little hairs, which is why they probably call them beards. You just want to take your knife, give it a scrape, and just remove them. They won't hurt you. I mean, it's not something that you have to remove, but it just looks a little bit better when they're gone. Go ahead and repeat that process, scrubbing the mussels, removing the beards, just until they're all nice and prepped. Now, as you're cleaning your mussels, if you notice that any of those mussels are already opened, you want to throw those away. Those are no good. You don't want to eat those because that means that they are dead. And eating a dead mussel like that can make you very, very sick. So any mussels that are opened or look like they're open just a little bit, no go. Get rid of them. Then you can take that colander and just give them a nice rinse, and then transfer the mussels to a bowl covered with another kitchen towel until you're ready to serve. So about 20 minutes before you want to serve dinner, here's what you're going to do. We're first going to prep our cheddar frites. Now, I call them cheddar frites because homemade French fries are great and all, but not when you're entertaining an elegant party. It can really turn into a big mess. So I have come to the conclusion that if you get a really great frozen French fry, you can doctor them up that people will swear you've made them from scratch. I have tried a lot of frozen French fries. I went through basically the whole aisle trying all of them, and I have found that the best, in my opinion, are these fries called Simply Fries from Ore-Ida. Have you guys seen these? These things are insane. They are so good. In fact, I had to actually contact the company to ask them if I could put them in this recipe because I thought they were so good. So hats off to you, Ore-Ida. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the fries, you're gonna put them on a single layer on a baking sheet, and you'll see what's so great about them is that they still have a little bit of the potato skin still left on it, which really helps to create a convincing cheddar frite. Then you're just gonna sprinkle them with some olive oil, and then you're also gonna add a teaspoon of herbes de Provence. Give them a good toss. You're gonna pop them in the oven, 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes. At that point, you're gonna go in with your spatula and just give them a good flip, making sure that they're browning on all sides, and then you can go ahead and start your mussels. So you're gonna take out a large stock pot, remove your mussels from the fridge, and because they're all cleaned and ready to go, we're all set. And then we're gonna take 2 tablespoons of butter, melt it in the pot, and then you're also gonna add a 1/4 cup of freshly chopped parsley. Now, I know it might sound a bit strange to add a fresh herb at this stage of the recipe, but this is exactly how Vivienne does it. And one of the things that I have learned from my French relatives is never question their methods in the kitchen. Once the butter is melted and starts to sort of bubble a bit, you're then gonna add 1 white onion that has been finely diced. Give that a stir, and you just wanna cook that onion down until it's nice and translucent and fragrant. At this stage, you're gonna add a cup of dry white wine. You could use a pinot grigio, you could use a chardonnay. I just wouldn't use anything too sweet, like a Riesling. You really wanna stay with something dry. I like to use a muscadet because it's the wine that comes from where my husband is from, up in the Loire Valley. And you can find it now at Trader Joe's, which is great. You can get a nice muscadet there. So then just combine the wine and give it a good stir with the onions and the butter and the parsley, and you'll see it'll start to be really fragrant and delicious. And at this stage, we are going to add the mussels. And because we've cleaned our mussels and they're all prepped, we're all ready to go. Put the lid on, and then you're gonna set your timer for about 5 minutes. And at this point, you want to go check those French fries because they're probably really perfectly done at this point. Just give them a good stir, and if they look like they're done, you can go ahead and just turn your oven down to 200 degrees. That will keep them nice and warm and will prevent them from getting overly browned. After 5 minutes, you can check your mussels. Just lift that lid up, and if you see that they're all open, that means they're ready to go. And then the last thing we're gonna do is add 1 tablespoon of heavy cream. I know, it wouldn't be a French recipe without a little heavy cream, but if you don't like the cream or you're not eating dairy, you could leave it out, but it does make it a little bit more decadent. Once your fries are done, you can go ahead and give them a stir, portion them out into some shallow bowls. I like to use these little gratin dishes that I have. And then the finishing touch is just to hit them with a little bit of Maldon sea salt. And you will see you will have one beautiful looking French fry that no one will have to know that you didn't make from scratch. Then to serve the mussels, you can put them in a shallow bowl and then pour some of that delicious broth on top. And then I like to finish it with a little bit more of freshly chopped parsley. And there you go. Moules Frites is ready to serve. Now, if you really want to eat moules frites in the French way, this is what you'll do. You'll take your first mussel and eat it with a fork, and then you'll save that shell and you'll have a little pincher on your hands. And then you can take that pincher and use it to eat the rest of the mussels right with the shell. Now, it's also important when serving mussels to put a big bowl in the center of the table so that way everybody has a place to throw their empty shells. The other thing that I like to do is serve a generous napkin because it can get a little bit messy if everybody's eating mussels this way with their hands. So what I like to do is actually use generous dish towels. I go out and I buy a new set. Usually I can get 4 for under $10, and they don't all have to match. That's the other fun thing about using dish towels. You get a lot of nice fun patterns. I like the blue and white because it reminds me of a nautical theme. I unroll them so that they don't look like a dish towel. I fold them in half, and then fold them in thirds. And then fold that in half, just so it looks like a little bit more of a napkin. After the party is done, I take all the dish towels and I wash them, and then I have a new set of dish towels on my hands. I love to serve moules frites for a dinner party, especially in the summertime. It's so festive and fun and unexpected. And the other nice thing, this is a really inexpensive party to throw. Mussels you can usually get for $5 a pound. You only need 2.5 pounds. So by the time you serve the mussels and the French fries and a few of the other extra things, you can basically have a great dinner for 4 for under $25. I hope you guys give this one a try and let me know what you think. And I will see you back here next week for another delicious recipe. Until then, bye.